All across America, there are thousands of historical documents at risk of decay simply because of how old they are. But thanks to a new project, more than 60,000 of those documents are being digitized, helping to preserve the history of thousands of Americans. A number of the documents detail the lives of formerly enslaved people dating back to the late 1700s. It's a massive project being undertaken by the Lexington, Kentucky Fayette County Clerk's Office in partnership with the University of Kentucky's Commonwealth Institute for Black Studies, Lexington Black Prosperity Initiative, a project that is funded by the Bluegrass Community Foundation and the Knights Donor Foundation Fund. The work, coinciding with Black History Month, is today's Lee and Hayley's Charity Spotlight.
Within these records are people whose family members care for them. They highlight the life of family. And so when I walk through the vault, I can almost feel the very presence of the names that are written in these books. I can feel that they're crying out to allow us to show the world that we had value. Even though back then we were enslaved, but we want to show the world that we were emancipated. The Digital Assets Project is a project in which we're bringing to light over 60,000 pages of records found in our deed and will books. And within those records are enslaved individuals who were either transferred, sold, auctioned off, conveyed, secured as a mortgage debt, or even bestowed upon a deceased person's probate estate. Alexander Culbertson, in the year of 1819, he imported slaves. He imported them from South Carolina. Caesar, William, Hollier, Sampson, all of which is not to be used for merchandise, but to be used for his purpose as being slaves. So each deed, each enslaved name has different purposes. We're just going to try to provide metadata so people know the nature of the transaction, the nature of why the record existed the way it did. Our books are deteriorating. The words in the books are fading away. But by digitizing these records, it will, one, allow an opportunity for the public to have visible and accessible access to these records through technology, through digital, and it will last forever.
I think it's very important as we move into a more digital age to preserve these documents, make them accessible online, and to a broader public.
We're trying to digitize some of the indexes that were printed back in the 1970s. And by the time we get to the indexes today, some of the indexes are spotty. So it's been a challenge trying to digitize them. But with these digitized specialists here that are working on our project, they did a wonderful job in to allowing these images to be on our website to allow people to see it, and they can zoom in and read the names, the booking page, and information found in our printed indexes. One part of the project we were doing is digitizing the burnt records. And the fire took place in 1803. But the records that were recorded prior to 1803 were kept in those books that caught on fire. This project is not only highlighting enslaved names, but the team of the Digital Access Project, we decided to start with our first record and digitize and scan them all. As we finish the deeds and wills, we might be looking at future projects. There's some order books, some old order books that we have from the late 1700s to 1865 as well, that are in kind of bad shape that we want to probably get digitized. As you can see, Fayette County has a lot of records. So having our records digitized will help save space in the long run, but also will help preserve the records that we have and able to get the records imaged on computer.
Downtown Lexington was once the site of one of the largest slave markets in the Southeast. Thousands of transactions recorded in Fayette County contain names of large segments of the enslaved population prior to emancipation and the official end of slavery on December 6, 1865. The Digital Access Project will make property history visible and accessible to all and has been designed to expand accessibility and increase context and understanding for the community now and for generations to come. To learn more about the project or to learn how such a project might be possible in your community, you can contact Shay Brown at fccprojects@FayetteCountyClerk.com.